Hey guys, welcome to Hatchet. Hatchet, I'm in your balls commentary, live reaction. So, first off, I'm Mayday. I, I made Hatchet, as you know. I made a lot of things, Hatchet included. And, well, you know, I made I'm in your balls, I love my dogs, and Melancholy Peak. So today I wanted to react to I'm in your balls. Since Melancholy Peak released, and that's like the ultimate album before Goodbye Sweetheart, I wanted to do a bit of commentary, talk about like what was going through my mind while I made I'm in your balls. So we're gonna start off by the famous track. So let's start off by what what exactly uh what exactly I got inspired by. So there's this album by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard that is called I'm in Your Mind, and I based that, like, the first two tracks are a reference to that, kind of. So I'm gonna write it down here so you can make like a board or something. So I'm in your balls. I'm not in your balls. So I'm in your balls fuzz. I'm not in your balls. So that's it. I'm in your mind fuzz. So I inverted. So it's like I'm in your balls, and then we have I'm in your balls fuzz, and I'm not in your balls. This was the only King Gizzard reference ever. At the time, I had listened to King Gizzard. I think it was the week of my birthday. Actually, my birthday was on the 15th, and I I made most of these tracks on the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th. So I just made a bunch of shit. And at the time, I was planning to make a 22 track album. But then I said, oh, I'm going to make a deluxe edition to I'm in Your Balls. And it's going to be named, oh, I Love My Dogs. Or there's a different version of I Love My Dogs. But we're going to leave that for the other thing. But for now, all you need to know is that the deluxe edition of I'm in Your Balls is going to be called I Am Sperm. That's what it's going to be called unironically. But then I decided to change it to uh, I love my dogs because that's a a better name than I am sperm. I love my dogs was a reference to Weezer's Gratitude, because they got the dog on the cover, and I said, "Wow, wouldn't it be funny if I just named my album I love my dogs?" And like, I love my dogs is theoretically my gratitude if you think about it. Like, this is my blue album. My gratitude is I love my dogs. The third album, I'm still figuring out what this is in the Weezer spectrum, but I know the fourth one is gonna be Pinkerton. That's the vibe I'm going for, at least. That's the Pinkerton. So we got I'm in your balls. I'm sorry for explaining so much about the references and what I have, but you know, that's what it is. This was originally an image of a fish saying, "I'm here to distract you, fish." It's this image originally, and I fucked it up so bad. This was gonna be the cover for the deluxe edition. It was originally orange. The fish was orange, and the text bubble was orange. But 50 Pixel said, "Oh, made it. You could change it to like a gold color if you're going to do the deluxe edition." And I said, "You're goddamn right." So I changed it to gold, but I forgot like save the last version. So now I just have this. So this is the deluxe version. If you think about it, I have this. trend of only making 11 tracks, and there's a good reason for that. You're gonna understand on the last album. But enough talking about the references. Let's listen to this thing right now. Let me see if the fucking audio is working, by the way. Let's not wait. Technical troubles on the field. My bad, guys. Let me see. Okay, it is. Totally is. Let me just okay. Do this. I don't want. Alright. So I have I'm in Your Balls Fuzz, which I made with I think I made it like after like the first track that I actually made for this album was I Cannot Produce Music, but then I got the idea to make an album, so then I made I'm in Your Balls Fuzz. Then I was calling with a friend and I showed her I'm Not in Your Balls, and she said, "Oh, it's out of tempo. You gotta use the metronome and stuff." So I did that. It This came out. Not the best track of the album, but hey, it was on time. I'll give it that. So we're almost home. We're almost home was supposed to be a cozy track, as in, oh, you're coming back from a ride, like you've been out all day, and you're just in your car chilling in the back seat listening to music. And imagine that scene and this song is playing in the background. That's what it was meant to be to me at the time, but I don't think it worked how I wanted it to work. So it just became this. Also, if you notice the piano, I just play the Minecraft theme. Like I play that. That's what I play. Didn't just loop it because I couldn't make more than 1 minute song. Like I had to make it just 1 minute for some reason. So you have Lashoni's Backshot song, which is based off of the restaurant Shoney's from Rick and Morty, and also the real location. Yep. This is one of the best tracks. You can hear the whiplash if it was good. Those who don't know, this is I use this video. Actually, Fatty Pixels used this video. She made this track with her own hands. Look at this, and we use this. You can hear it. You can hear it if you pay close attention to it. It's a pretty good track, I'd say. It's one of the best in the album. Then there's I Cannot Produce Music. I refuse to loop this one, so it's just 58 seconds. I think it's 30 seconds or something, probably something like that. I'm not gonna put you through more of this because this is hell. I wouldn't want to hear this in any way possible. So there's track 8, there's track 6, which is track 8, Can't Shit in a Metal Box. You can hear the actual track 8 overlapped if you pay close attention. I overlapped both of them, so I'll show you later, but I'm gonna skip this one. This is just gonna be a lot of skipping because these are just loops, mostly loops. So there's intrepid occasions that from an album cover. This was the first ambient song I've ever made by myself. Okay, first off, I'm gonna give props to Feffy Pixels because without Feffy Pixels, there would have been no Melancholy Peak, no Hatch. Because I only figured out how to make ambient music through Lashoni's Backshot song. I had the file, I had the project file, so I could just take a look at it. Oh yeah, Feffy Pixels used pads and guitars and stuff. I could totally do that. So I did, and this came out. This is also one of the best songs on the album. To my opinion, of course. Like Lashoni's Backshot song, Intrepid Cohesions are from an album cover, Can't Shit in a Metal Box. The World is Ending and You're Stacking Donuts on it, and New Project 21, all my favorite songs. They're all really good for some reason. So this is the actual Can't Shit in a Metal Box, this track 8. You know? Look at that. Yeah, that's just it. I was trying to go for a more medieval vibe on this one. I don't know if I achieved it. I probably didn't. I don't really care. But that's pretty much it. Uh, there's Door Door, but also like Tire, which is an evil ass beat. I just made like I thought of this piano thing I could use. Let me show it in Band Lab real quick, actually, because I just thought of this piano. I really just thought of this piano. I thought, wow, that's so fucking evil, but in a really good way. Like it sounds like something I'd hear in an old evil movie. Uh, so it's this one. So I didn't change the octaves. I never really changed the octaves. I just worked with these octaves because didn't know you could change the octaves actually. So most of the tracks are just in the second octave with the C chromatic. Um, I learned that you could that like Fetchy Pixels teach me in the I Love My Dogs during I Love My Dogs production that you could change. I just put it on minor scale and put it in smart keys and do the and I thought wow real she's so real for that. And then uh, this was like track 10 and 11 were during the production of I Love My Dogs, so that's why they sound slightly better. I really like this one. I like the trumpets, and I like because the piano you hear is just a sped up version of this one. It's the same thing, but I upped the octaves a little bit. I used the harpsichord, and that's the same thing you hear on this one. I also like the trumpets a lot. I think that was a really good choice, and the choir. Also, the song title is really funny, but it's lost all the funny to me because I've just seen it so many times now that it's just not funny to me. I like to think that Can't Shit in a Metal Box and The Word is Ending and You're Stacking Donuts on it complement each other because this is certainly a more medieval vibe than Can't Shit in a Metal Box. So, we got New Project 21. The album is ending. So it made me wonder, oh man, you learned all of these things while making the album. Why did you only use a vibraphone and whatever the fuck I put in the background? So A reason for that is I really wanted to make a song with a vibraphone, an ending song with a vibraphone, and it's not something you'd hear on an experimental album. Experimental albums are full of what? Breakcore, shit music, ambient music. You ever listen to Lim Pumpo? Lim Pumpo was really big inspiration, especially for the breakcore parts. Like the idea was to make an ending song where two tracks overlap and it looped back together with the vibraphones, and I I didn't quite do that, but it was still good. Uh, that's that's it. That's about it for I'm in your balls. It's a lot of stuff that came into my mind while making it. I released it 4 days after my birthday, so it was a passion project. Oh, let's see. Okay, 16 minutes. I could fit I love my dogs into this. So yeah. Mm, now commentary live reaction. This one is I love my dogs. Ratitude. For me, this is Ratitude now. I love my dogs. Yeah. And I love my dogs. I am sperm. So it's all connected. I love my dogs. Let me put on an image of Ratitude on the. A funny thing about I Love My Dogs is that it was the album no one really listened to be honest. Cause like, uh, Ken, I'm in Your Balls had 183 views. I Love My Dogs had 31, and Melancholy Peak had 74. So there's something there. I think people just didn't want a sequel to that. This, so this is I Love My Dogs. Get Out. So I Love My Dogs. I'm gonna. So I made this song for I'm in Your Balls. It was supposed to be an in your balls, but it didn't quite happen. It didn't really quite happen. You know, it didn't really quite fit the mood of the album I was going for. So if you think about it, these are just the outtakes of I'm in Your Balls. So the rats have stopped coming, and it's starting to bother me. It was a track. I have all the original titles for the songs in a piece of paper. Like they're just here in this piece of paper. There's songs from the first album, the second album, and the third album. And the original title for this one was "The Rats Don't Stop Coming Into My House," and it's starting to bother me. I don't know why I moved the house. I think I probably just forgot to put it in, but still cool. It's like a decent track. It's I don't know how to splice drums like in breakcore, but it's still listenable. So Remy's hidden in my basement, another breakcore track. By this you'd assume that this was a breakcore album, but it's not. It's really not. If you up the volume a little bit, you can hear me saying Wormy's hidden in my basement. So there's just really nothing special to this one. We'll go to I'll Injure My Organs. So I'll Injure My Organs has an interesting. I don't know if any of you noticed, any of the 33 people who watched the video noticed, but there is a Morse code in I'll Injure My Organs. I'm pretty sure it translates to, and don't quote me on this, pussy eaters all day, all night, don't stop, let the party. pop. I'm pretty sure translates to that or something similar to that. In I'll Injure My Organs, it's just organs and the Morse code. There's literally no more instrument. What you're hearing right now is just organs. And then there's little creatures fighting other gods, which I had it written down as just little, like I misspelled little as little, and like I just left it there as little creatures fighting elder gods because I thought it was funny. So the meows you hear in the song are like the little creatures, and I'd like to think is the 808s is the elder gods. I know it's stupid. I know it's stupid. It sounds so fucking stupid, but it's funny. This is the cool track. I really like what I did with the guitar on this one. That is stress reliever. Stupid and gullible, not kind, and the screams of the wretched, saucy, yet violent are just tracks I made to fill this shit up. Like I don't know why I made these. They just don't sound good to me. Like I don't know why I did these. I think this one sounds good, but stupid and gullible, not kind is just not good. I wanted to make more aggressive songs, but I really didn't. It just didn't work out. Sleigh Ride straight into Super Hell was meant to be OK Computer's airbag. it, it was supposed to give off that vibe, of airbag in a way. It is one of my favorite tracks on the album. Actually, the next track is my favorite diss track that I've made in a while. So the meaning of this one, so there's a reason why it's called Sleigh Ride Straight into Super Hell. So you know how Death throws its boat, Death boat, boat. Like there's some myths of the ferryman. So I wanted to incorporate that, but still make it Christmas themed. So imagine if instead of the boat, the ferryman used the sleigh ride that is kind of a boat. It still jingles. That's my idea behind this track. So we got that. Then Godspeed Wizard's Requiem Revolution. So it's Godspeed Wizard's Requiem Revolution is a clear reference to Godspeed Black Emperor. Yep, this it's a reference to this. It's a post rock band, pretty sure. And I wanted to reference that, but also make it about Weezer. A lot of the Hatchet albums are Weezer influences, if you think about it. Godspeed Weezer's Requiem Revolution came from a thing I wrote down. I wrote down Godspeed next to Industrial. The track was gonna be called Industrial Requiem Revolution, but then I put all these together, and Godspeed Weezer's Requiem Revolution. That's it. Most of the tracks here you hear uh from the from the first album are from the first and second album were actually the band names. I'm in another band that's not Hatchet. Uh, we still haven't dropped any albums yet, and we're basically out of ideas. So just focusing on Hatchet now. But like the person who mans the other band is doing Hatchet with me. So like you know, kind of cool and awesome. So I had all these names for things that I wanted to put, and I was talking to a girlfriend, and she said, "Oh, I really like Hatchet. I think a Hatchet like if Hatchet released a self-titled album, that go hard." And I said, "Yeah, real." But then the guy who manages the band, said, "Oh no, we're going with this other name." So I said, "Okay." And Hatch got forgotten, but I still have it right here. I started producing music on my own, cause I wanted to make music that sounded a bit like Radiohead, but it was still experimental in a way, and I think I achieved that in some songs. Some more than others, of course, but this is my favorite track. In this track, at the time, I felt like I kind of cheated because I use this thing you have called smart chords. So like I did this. So it just gives you a chord when you press it. So I just used one of these probably. I just used one of these, and that was it, basically. I just used these and I thought, wow, I'm cheating. Also, this the second best for me because it has German in it. If I put you up in a meat grinder, nothing without your eyeball, you're probably dead. This Germa, it's just clips of Germa that I strung together to make that. And this, and after this, it's Fefi song. In the end, everything's gonna be in its right place. Which it's a Radiohead reference. Um, the title for the song was actually two separate tracks, like two separate titles, but then I put them together. Like, there was at the end and everything in its right place. It's a reference to Radiohead, of course. Of course, it's a reference to Radiohead. Most of the stuff on this album is a reference to Radiohead. This is just a joke track, mostly, as you can hear. Not much to say about I Love My Dogs. I Love My Dogs is the underdog you cheer for. I mean, underdog in the literal sense. It's literally gratitude. I love my dogs. ILMD. So we have covered I, wipe E, I, uh, I love my dogs. ILMD. And now we're going to MP. Melancholy Peak. A really funny thing about this is if you do the acronym, you get two mountains. And fun fact, I'm not gonna share this to you, since I'm not gonna use it anymore. So the cover for Goodbye Sweetheart, which is the album I'm making right now, it was supposed to be this. Then Hatchet, and then Goodbye Sweetheart at the bottom. I'm not gonna do it, but you know what I mean. And this is what it's gonna be, but I changed it. I'm not gonna reveal it yet, but it's a pretty cool fact. This is a pretty cool fact. So now we're going to my magnum opus. I consider it to be my magnum opus. So, first song, 20th September. Who's that? I love you, 748. Okay, well, I didn't see that guy. So we got 20th September. This is a reference to the fact that the three albums were released in September. They have. This is a more angelic track, if you will. This is. It's just this. Basically, nothing to write home about. It's terminally posthumous reading of my own will. It's just me talking about feeling disconnected from people around you. There's just days I feel disconnected from people around me, and that happens a lot. And while that happened, I tried making lots of Hatchet songs, and it didn't quite work out. And it took a while to release this one because of those problems. But I finished the album. I was just missing track 9 and 10, and I think I did a pretty good job with them. I'm satisfied by how they came out. There's that. Mention Melancholy, which is a name I wanted to use Mention Melancholy as the name of the band, but it never really worked out. It just doesn't work. Minship Melancholy is the name of the song, not the band. It doesn't work with band names. It only works as a fucking. It only works as a title for a song, but it doesn't work as a band name. Cause then it's bad. It's only good when it's a title for a song. It's just not good. It needs to be recognizable. Cause Minship Melancholy, think of like it's like My Chemical Romance. You want to say MCR instead of My Chemical Romance. So MCM is kind of dumb. So like it's hatchet. It's hatchet. It's a simple word. Everyone knows hatchet. Like everyone knows what a hatchet is. It's simple. It's catchy. You get used to it. You get used to hearing it. You can say it more than 3 times. Hatchet, 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 without getting tired. So it's been ship melancholy. There's probably a poem I read, whatever. Uh, Backshot song number 2 is the Shoney's Backshot song number 2. So Whiplash was good too. Is what I use for the background, which is this. This is this track for fun. Even though this album was meant to be serious, I did some tracks for fun. Like Backshot song number 2, and that's it. It's just basically this with the guitar in the background, and Backshot song number 2. Backshots. I don't know why I did that, but Whiplash was good too. That's what I use for the background. Um, Ichthyornis intermission. Ichthyornis is a species of bird. A species of ancient bird. He looked like this. Look at him, beautiful. I wanted to release Ichthyornis. I wanted to release Ichthyornis as a single, and use this guy as like the cover for the single, but I refused to do that. I'm not doing it. So what I was going for here was a sense of discovery, as if you just discovered Ichthyornis. That's what plays when you discover him, something like that. And this one is my favorite track. I really liked Ninja, but he kind of fell off, so I wanted to make a tribute song for him, and I titled it "Chug Chugging a Milk Jug Like I'm in Fortnite." It's this. There's some other clips of Ninja, like his first video and his iconic "What You Say to Me, You Little Shit" clip. Fucking funniest shit ever. Also, the GM contract touching. So this is the funny part of the song. It's like Demo Man dies. Like he just dies in the song casually. He gets deleted with the tool gun and that's it. I thought this one was pretty fun. Pretty fun song. But it's just really that GM contract ambience with some pads and guitar. There's the wrong thing at the right time. Fun fact about this one, I had to install a fucking Mac emulator to get like the fitter happier voice. Let me show it to you actually. So this is the Mac OS 9 emulator that I used. It's Sheep Shaver. I think I might still have the original file for the text I used. I better have it, or else this will be fake. Yeah, this is the thing I wrote while making the wrong thing at the right time. Also, there's side B that's coming out soon when I get all the songs. I don't know where I left it. I really don't know where I left it. Oh yeah, the wrong thing at the right time. This is what the Fitter Happier song says. Since the album is mostly ambient and sad, I want to leave a nice message for the people who really listen to Hatchet and stuff. This is the whole message. I will play it right now. It's red. And yep.
Vocalist from Hatchet. Here. I want to send a message to all those going through a difficult time. Everything is going to get better soon. There are people out there who value and love you. Lots. So appreciate the time you have. And I wanted to thank you, the listener, for listening to Melancholy Peak. Hatchet in general, to be honest.
And that's what he says. I'll shut this down real quick. So that's it. That's what he says in the song. That's literally the most thing the song has. Like I wanted to use the Fitter Happier song, the Fitter Happier voice, and like didn't work. Just didn't work. There's a site called Infinite Mac, and it just wasn't working. So I had to install the Mac on my computer. Okay, sure, but I did it, and I have a fucking Mac now for some reason. So yeah, that's it. And this track is really special. It brings back the vibraphone idea I had with the tracks overlapping. If you hear it correctly, you can see, you can hear the original track overlapped in this one, and yeah, I messed around with the chords on this one a little bit because I learned what chords are. So I finally got the chance to do one of these. And if you pay attention to this, to the last part of the album, there's the synths from I'm in Your Balls Fuzz. And this is my suicide note. Yes. This is my suicide note. What you're hearing on your left ear right now is my suicide note. The right ear is things I've said about myself, which is still not good, but you know, it's that. I'm skipping to the secret song, which is 1508. I don't want to hear this right now. I'm pretty good. Feffy Pixels again made this song, the secret song called "The Ballad of Monte Claire." Pretty good song, I say. She did an amazing job, and that's how it ends. That's how the album ends. So you know, there's lore to this. There's lore to this. Everything you see in the descriptions has lore to know. So let's start out. This one doesn't have a description. I Love My Dogs has. This seems to be a sequel of I Am in Your Balls 2004. The tracklist shows the difference between the two albums. The vocalist of the band described it as Wizard Green album in Pinkerton. And since the vocalist, not me, like it's my suicide note, but the vocalist from Hatchet is a different guy from me. So here, and how it usually ends, it's a suicide note, and this is the ending of Hatchet as a whole. This seems to be the last album of Hatchet for a while. Another album, Goodbye Sweetheart, was planned, but apparently never finished. If I do find a link, I will post it here as soon as I can. The track list is listed below. It apparently includes a secret track that one of the members of the project called "The Ballad of Montclair." So I showed you the Goodbye Sweetheart album. Oh, Mayday! Did you say there were these mountains? And why are these mountains in Melancholy Peak then? Let me take a screenshot of that. So Melancholy Peak has the mountains. Why does it? Why aren't we getting Goodbye Sweetheart then? What are the meaning of these mountains? So Goodbye Sweetheart is unfinished. It's an unfinished project by the old Hatchet vocalist. Okay, paint just doesn't want to work with me. So unfinished project by old Hatchet vocalist. So after Melancholy Peak, the vocalist is died from what? Suicide. Yes, and then they hire a new vocalist. New vocalist takes over Hatchet. Now, this vocalist is gonna do is, well, he's gonna try going back to what the people liked, because he's not making music to for people to like for himself. He's making music to get money, so he's going back to what people liked, and that's what Goodbye Sweetheart is all about. You know, it's a Hatchet reboot if you think about it. But then they flop. Like this album flopped so bad that Hatchet goes to obscurity and they never release an album again. That's just it. It canonically ends in Goodbye Sweetheart, which is meant to be this, but it's gonna be a different cover. I already have the cover, but I'm not gonna show it here. But there's lore to this. There's lore to this. These three albums, there's lore to them. But I think I've yapped enough. I think I've showed you what I already have in mind, and what I'm gonna do for the future. I've showed quite a lot of references. I've showed you my inspirations, and I guess that's pretty good. That's a pretty good recording. I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. It was nice to get all of this off my chest. Hatchet is a project I hold really close to my heart because it's the first time I've ever made music, like proper music, and not just I'm in your balls stuff. It's really amazing to see my progression. It's like you look at Pablo Honey from Radiohead and then you see Kid Amnesia and wonder if they're the same band or not. You see On a Friday, then you look at Pablo Honey and they're like, what the fuck happened to them? You know? So that's what I was going for with all this. I hope I didn't get too carried away. Yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching this video. It was really cool to make.